We're going through a very interesting time with regards to business development and networking and doing that online or in person. And I think we need to have a little conversation about what has changed in this world and what you might need to think about. Well, welcome to Legal Marketing Minutes, where I share short bursts of current marketing news and advice. I'm your host, Nancy Myrland. If we haven't met, I'm a marketing and business development advisor specializing in content, social, and digital media, as well as personal branding for lawyers and legal marketers. Your time is valuable, so let's get started. But the one thing I want to talk to you about is what may have happened in your world, which I've seen happen to a lot of people, and even a little bit to me within the last 2.5, almost, it feels like 3 years. Has it been 3 years? No, not a full 3 years. Anyhow, see, this COVID time thing is really weird, and it's doing odd things to our perception of time. I know that I got to a place where I thought, I'm okay. I don't need to go to conferences in person anymore. They're very expensive, and I'm really pretty visible during the year. I talk to a lot of people in meetings. I see my clients on video a lot. I see my friends and colleagues on video a lot, and my visibility is just very high. So I really don't need to do that anymore. I don't need to travel and go to conferences and spend whatever $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to do that. And then, interestingly enough, my perception changed, and I want to talk to you about that because this may be what you're going through as well. The Legal Marketing Association, which has been my career long almost, my legal marketing career long association that I've been a member of, and it is where many of my best friends and colleagues are, most of them actually, and frankly, where almost all of my business comes from because of the relationships that I've built over time. And our annual conference is usually in the spring. We didn't have it in 20. We put it off last year until the fall, and I think it was still too early, so I chose not to go. I think we might have had 300 people there. So I think as far as ROI is concerned, it might have been a good decision. Plus, again, as I said, it was too early. And then when it came out that it was going to be normal, what is normal anymore, right? This year, this spring, in fact, it was just about a week ago in Las Vegas. And I thought, number one, Las Vegas is a tough place for me to go to a conference. The volume level of the aria, because it's so big, is always so loud. And it doesn't necessarily feel intimate to me. So I was talking myself into not going. And then, and also, it's just, again, I thought, I don't think we're going to be back at full capacity. And that wasn't really the expectation of the annual conference advisory committee either, that it would be back to full capacity. And so I have to look at, all right, this is going to cost me $4,000. Should I go? And I was in this mode of, I've convinced myself over the last couple of years that I don't have to do that. I'm okay. And so I, at first, thought, no, I'm not going to go. I'm going to wait another year because I have a feeling in 2023, it's going to be back at full capacity. And then I decided, I think there was one deadline at the end of last year. I went ahead and registered. And then I thought to myself, okay, I have till early February to cancel and just get back my, everything but $150 registration fee. And I was getting ready to do that early February because I was still convincing myself that it was too early and it wouldn't be a full conference and everything was going along okay. I've become comfortable, even though I am a bit of an extrovert. And for those of you who think that just means outgoing, it doesn't. I am outgoing, but it also means that we get energy off of other people. I still get energy off of other people when I see them on video, whether that's a webinar or it's a one-on-one training or it's a big group. So that's pretty extroverted. But I went ahead at the last minute and decided I would go. And again, as I said, that was last week. And I have to tell you, I am so glad that I did. It was a very good decision for many reasons, but one of the most important is that it is very hard to duplicate the energy that we get as human beings from other human beings when you are not in person with them. And it is a completely, I kept saying last week, this is really hard to define, but this is pretty wonderful. And you can't have the same intimate or thorough conversations with people who really are important to you, whether they're important to you for personal reasons or they're important to you for business reasons. And I came away from that experience thinking, thank heavens I went and made the decision to go. And so I'm glad that I did. And so what I would encourage you to think about is if you have also found yourself in a position the last couple years of convincing yourself that you don't need to attend live events because you've really gotten used to this bubble that you're in, and you can network virtually or over telephone or over email or over Zoom or Microsoft Teams. I almost forget the name of it because I don't use it very often. And it's okay. Everything's okay. Then I would encourage you to start to think outside of that bubble, because relationships can be accelerated in a way that is unlike anything that you can do online. I'm not telling you you have to do it. I'm not telling you I think you're a bad person if you choose not to. I'm just telling you that I want to encourage you to do what I did, and that is to step outside of this new bubble that we've all found ourselves in, this comfort zone, if you will, of not going out and meeting people in person, because the benefits can far outweigh anything that you may have been telling yourself was not a good idea for going to these conferences and these meetings, regardless of how small or how large they are. All right. And if you want to talk about it, just let me know. I'm happy to go over my experience with you or to listen to whatever your concerns are. Well, that's it for today's Legal Marketing Minutes. Please do me a favor and let me know your thoughts about this topic of going in person, out in public to these events, whether they're small or large. If you're in a place where you can leave a comment, please do so, as I'd love to hear from you. And if not, you can always find me on my blog at myrlandmarketing.com, which is MYRLANDmarketing.com, and all of my contact information is there. Thank you so much for spending a few legal marketing minutes with me. I know your time is valuable, so I appreciate you spending a few of those minutes right here with me. Until next time, I'm Nancy Myrland. Take care.